Alright, starting. Can everyone hear me? Can everyone hear me? Alright, I can hear myself. Good. Let's see. I already got a different level ID for Jethawk, but I'll cover that afterwards. How about that? Good. So let's do this. Greetings everyone, my name is Etterville, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Mega Man Maker. In this 29th live session, I'll be covering a combination of viewer submit levels and other levels that I find online. In order to submit your levels so I can cover them during the stream or during tonight's stream, please leave the level IDs in the live chat and I'll hopefully be able to get to them. Feel free to submit levels either made by you or other level designers, but please don't submit more than 2 levels at a time. I want to cover at least 1 level by 1 designer. So welcome to the stream, Lipatio, Jlippe, Leonardo, CMB Fox, Gravity Beetle, Croby, Dynamo Man, Little Mac, and everyone else who's watching. I'll be first starting off with this level, Molten Metal Factory Normal by Lipatio, with 51 plays and a score of 14. Also, here are the links to the level queue and the full list of levels I've played so far. Please don't resubmit levels that I already covered earlier. I want to cover newer stages. You're first up, Lipatio. Let's see how good this level is. And for those who attended last night's stream, thank you. I think I'll finish Megatroid off during Sunday evening. I really had fun there. When I eventually upload the LP version of it, a lot of the backtracking will be cut off, as well as the failures. So it won't be a 3-hour Let's Play. It'll be more of like a 2-hour one. I just wish more people attended. On that note, I wish there were Mega Man Metroidvania fan games out there, more of them, not just Mega Man Mega City. I saw your level, Croby. I had levels by Lipatio, Jlippe74, Gamer5, Gamer999, YouTube Social HD, and you, Croby. So far, fairly easy. A stage that focuses on the usage of the charge kick. Pretty easy to speedrun this section. That's neat. I'll assume these are instant death pits, the water that is. That's neat, Dynamo Man. I'm going to be covering many other fan games from different series in the future. Oops, should have held right there. I panicked a bit. Not just for Metroid, but some for Mario, and some from Zelda. And perhaps some from Sonic once Stage 2019 comes around. For some reason it didn't activate. Same, I want to see more different types of conveyor belts. I like the utility that the conveyor belts provide, I just want more visual variation, and the ability to flip direction on demand. Via the searchies, that is. And different speed as well. Well, you can sort of do different speeds by using the text editor and placing several conveyor belts on top of each other. I'll add your level, Diego, don't worry. Thank you for submitting the normal version. If this was a pre-recorded episode, then I'd probably do the hard mode version. I did it in the wrong order. Let's do this again. Just need to keep this one alive and get it to the end. Seriously, can't fire high enough? Well, now it can. One of the stages on the most popular hero had the exact same idea, but this is probably taking it further. Let's see if it turns back. Good, it does. Thank you for cooperating. Really? I need to flip the order too. That's why. I think this is the order I need to put them in. You can do it. There you go. I need to get it up first. The magma generators are far from being the hardest part of this level, Croby. At last, after 6 failures. That's the unfortunate part of this section. If you fail near the end, it takes a while to get back, about 30 or 45 seconds. At least there's a checkpoint after every one of these sections, so you don't lose too much progress. We'll leave that stuck in the wall there, doing its dance. Or not, I need to respawn it. Let's try this again. So far, easier than the previous one. Now I'll swap sides with it. Or not. Let's try this again. Oh yeah, I have the concrete shot, I forgot about that. Not fast enough. Yeah, issue is I need to time it just right. In fact, I'm gonna just babysit the map this way. Now, players will eventually understand it because they know they got it in the previous section. He made it this time. For a moment there, I thought I screwed this one up. Those are the hardest part of the stage in terms of how much time it requires to do it. It's alright, Croby, I understand. DiegoBroht, where are you? Thank you. Back to charge kicking. I say that part is the more fun part of this level. It's a lot faster paced and allows for speed running, whereas the section where you need to protect that fire mat until the end, well, it's a lot of slow paced action. It doesn't mesh well with the rest of the level, I'd say. A way you can indicate to the player that you need to use the concrete shot there is to put a concrete block in the wall, right at that section. Mid-boss time. Wow, wasn't able to open the door fast enough. I thought I could make it. That's why the crusher's there in the first place, probably. Oh boy, here we go. Let's hope this doesn't glitch out. A bit too far there. See, this engine's use of the magflies and implementation is quite glitchy. That's why I'm always worried when going under them. Seriously, I thought it was low enough. I played too many NES. I played too many of the classic series. That I gotten too trusting of the engine again. There we go. This level feels like a combination of 3 different ideas. First the charge kick and the magma generator sections, then escorting the fire mat, and now this. Guess I have to respawn it then. It feels like it could be split into 2 different levels and still maintain its identity. That really looked like it shouldn't work there. Welcome to String Gravity Beetle. You're only about 15 minutes late at most, so you're fine. Welcome to stream, Pietro Zero and Luke. Glad you could make it. This means we're coming up to a boss battle. Let me guess, super adapter time. I don't need to reset here, I can just use the E-tanks. It's done. You can also do this in the Mega Buster, but it's a bit more challenging. Overall, this kind of felt like a rough stage because I feel it could have been done better if we split it into two sub-stages, and the idea is exploring more that way. Because it felt like three state ideas mixed together. First one being the charge kick sections, the other one being escorting the fire met, and the last one being the magfly, but that was the smallest one. Sure, go right ahead with your discussion, Gravity Beetle. One moment, please. Alright. Second up is Meal Man by Jlippe74, with 10 plays and a score of 0. Feel free to submit your level IDs, Luke. Either from you or by another level designer which you like. Let's go to this level as a regular old Mega Man. I've gone through many of these stages as base or Proto Man already. Now we go into the cafeteria. At least I think it's the cafeteria. Wish we could have custom tile sets. Well, we can, but it requires unpacking the assets. And as Mega Man Maker has died down in popularity, I haven't really seen that many graphical mods outside of buckets and a few minor other ones. Kind of sad. Different types of jellies down there. Or fluids. Sure, Pietro, I'll do it after Diego's level. Water, mustard, and ketchup, got it. More of those condiments and water. Just as a bit of insurance. I haven't used this weapon for a while, so let's defeat him with that. Hope we get more mini-bosses in the future. Ugh, that was my bad. Should have not flown into that way. Actually, this is a perfect setup for the hard knuckle. Off-screen spikes now? That's not good design though. There should be a clear indication where the spikes are if they're off-screen. Unless it's a troll or Kaiser level, of course. More so on the former. But that isn't necessarily good design. Well, that isn't good design. Non-boss roadmasters? Well, what do you mean, Pietro? Do you mean as playable characters? See Spike over there? From the previous screen you have no idea it's gonna be there. I'm gonna have to damage boost. Another damage boost here. That's why there's an E-tank there. Oh, Wily bosses, that makes more sense. Mistimed my jump. I don't really like this section. Doing it buster only, well, it's possible, but it's a bit of a pain. Not to mention the off-screen spikes. This is where I wish I was playing as base, because then I could just do the treble boost. Hope none of you noticed it. Now I can get out of this section. Are you sure about that, Croby? I feel the developers could be more flexible and still add the wily bosses like the Mega Dragon or Guts Dozer. It'll force level designers to work around their limitations, but they'll be fun. It's alright, Jethawk. This is a way of showing how you improved over time though, as I still like the idea of this level going through a cafeteria or food place. Who knows, stranger things have happened. Probably not 1.6, but maybe 1.7. When we loop back and probably get the Yellow Devil then. I swear Yellow Devil is going to be the first wily boss. Considering how iconic and infamous it is. Welcome to the stream, Dream. Glad you can make it. I've only gone through 2 levels so far, so you're only about 25 minutes late. Feel free to submit levels either made by you or another level designer. Spike fall section. Pretty easy one, actually. We're at the end. Perfect Freeze is a weakness. Well, that's strange. I somehow one-shot him there, two-shot him there. I guess freezing him ruins the condiments. As I said earlier, the other levels by Jedhawk are a bit better. So let me see. I'll look up Roadmaster Factory after Diego's level, but I will note it down, Pietro. Third up is Mega Man 11 Acid Man Remake by Gamer999 with 66 plays and a score of 24. Let's see how the Proto Man route goes. He doesn't take double damage, so I'll do it this way. Too bad they can't turn this into acid. The water to acid, that is. These used to be the acid throwers, but close enough replacement, I guess. Sure, I'll do that during tonight's stream. First water section. Although later on we have running currents, which I believe will be replicated by using the Fan Fiends or Yafus. Hopefully the former. And back up we go. Here's the yellow acid. The block dropper is the best weapon to use in this stage. As in the original, it counteracted most of the enemies as well as their replacements, plus being super effective against the mini-boss. Also being super effective against Acid Man himself. This pattern held true throughout the entirety of Mega Man 11, where if a boss was weak to a particular weapon, that weapon would work best in their particular level. Either turning off a major gimmick of the level, or being super effective against most of the enemies and or their patterns. For instance, because of the block dropper's range, it can easily hit the acid throwers from a distance. Mini-boss time. I forget the name of this enemy, but it was also weak to the block dropper. Glad to see this weakness was maintained. And for those who attended last night's stream, I will be finishing Megatroid during Sunday evening. I want to get it done. Eventually I will cover Metroid 2 as well. Here comes the red acid. Thankfully it doesn't harm us. This could have been yellow force beams, but, well, it wouldn't match the color. This is the part of the stage that would have the water currents pushing us forwards or backwards. Which is why the speed gear was so handy. Especially for this upcoming section. Charge kick time. Or should I say impact drill. The water is supposed to push you forwards here, but of course it doesn't exist. It certainly made some of these jumps a lot more challenging. I guess this is a dangerous acid now because it damages you. I say that this is a pretty faithful remake of the original stage, especially in terms of level design. Sadly, two of the major gimmicks, that being the water being turned into acid gradually over time, as well as the water currents, are not there. Not to mention the power and speed gear. Close enough though. Especially with this engine's limitations. And yes, I know his weakness. Down he goes. Currently my favorite level this episode. Did well with the limitations of the engine. It's a level that deserves to be on the most popular queue in my opinion, unlike most levels. It feels complete and well baked. Forward up is Weapon Capsule Relay 25 by YouTube Social HD2, with 20 plays and a score of 2. This has become a weekly occurrence or a weekly episode, where we get a new iteration every single week, which I'm kind of okay with. They're nice breeder levels. And if you watch enough of my LP series, you know the gist. Every 4 or 5 screens focuses on the use of a different special weapon, and every screen has a different foreground and background. Indeed, that could have gone poorly. Welcome to Stream Galaxy Man 64. Feel free to submit your level IDs either from you or by other level designers. Seems this level focuses more on shield weapons. Gotcha, Galaxy Man, I'll add it. Just make sure I haven't covered it before. I want to cover new levels. I'm hyped if any boss for Mega Man 11 is added. The first non-shield based special weapon. And we're done. So easy to lure him. Fifth up is Mr. X Forgotten Stage by Croby, with 30 plays and a score of 5. Shouldn't be too long either, probably 30 or 40 screens long. I'd like to echo my earlier suggestion for a future update. On the stage introduction screen, please add a number of zone count, so I know how long the level is going to be. And probably number of bosses too, if you want to be a bit further. At the very least, to know the total number of screens the level has. It may not be accurate for Metroidvania levels or levels that focus more on non-linearity, but most stages in Mega Man Maker aren't non-linear anyways. Also, an update as to what's going to be coming up this week on the channel. I'll probably be finishing Bugs Must Die later this week, or this week. Or next week, I mean. And I'll continue on with my third part of Tower Tale either today or tomorrow. Probably tomorrow. The updated... Whoops. I clipped the edge of the spike. The edited version of my Hardhead Let's Play will be finished next week. Then I can start releasing Mega Tank Man and the other ones. And Tower Tale will be completed following the week after next week, hopefully. Yeah, I'm not sure what exactly happened, Galaxy Man. I entered the teleporter and clipped the spike at the same time. This is why I wish I had access to some... This is why I wish I had access to the charge kick here. I'll add your level to the queue, don't worry, Mon Dream. Oh. No checkpoint though, so I have to repeat that difficult section, sadly. Should have waited. Once again, would have been easier if I had a mobility weapon. Or a shield weapon. Clip the side. Some of the enemy placements are... If you miss them, you're almost likely gonna die unless you decide to stop committing. But yeah, Mon Dream, I added your level to my queue. That's why I like to destroy the Yafus. They're one of the few enemies in the game which can actually... Can they push you off screen? I'll have to double check that. I will once I get back to there. Yeah, Yafus are one of the more difficult enemies in the game, especially considering their wind strength and when they swap over. More difficult than the Fan Fiends because the Fan Fiends are at least more consistent enemies. The only problem with the Jewel Satellite now is that the enemies can actually drop pickups. At least I'm back over here. Napalm Man, hopefully there's a checkpoint nearby. He is weak to my buster, so he is truly a mini-boss. Checkpoint, good. And that's right, Croby. At least I got more love here. Yeah, I really want the pile driver. It's a very fun weapon to use. Oh, there was? Let me get it then. That's gonna be super handy in this kind of stage. Perhaps he will, perhaps he will not. There only tend to be 2 bosses from each game added in updates, so we already know Sheepman, who's going to be the next Mega Man 10 boss. No, I thought I only had 1 key, not 2 keys. Seriously, I was holding left. Remember, don't trust the engine. Always keep 1 step ahead of it. Welcome to the stream, Jason. Glad you can make it. I know, but that's a different problem from your section. That's not your fault, Croby. When it's in season, sure, CMB. I'm just damage boosting, it's faster that way. I don't need the tag, I'll ignore it. Croby's bosses don't tend to be that difficult. Now, this stage doesn't really have too many death spikes. It's on the okay side. On the side player section, a much slower paced and carefully considering all the deaths earlier. Frankly, this section is easier than the first section of the stage. No yahoos or conveyor belts to worry about. Everything is on screen and noticeable, and that's actually the end. I'll probably just flip the order of the stage and put the second half first. So that's his weakness. Not the best weakness, all things considered. Because I need to get close to him to use it, but it works, I guess. Probably. This is Dr. X, Pietro Zero. Oh well. Still, this acts like a secondary weakness, and I like when bosses have secondary ones that are a bit weaker. Decent work, Croby. As I said, I think I'd flip the order of the level, put the second half first, the first half last. The next level is going to be a bit difficult. Next up is Test Your Might by XDiegoBroht with 8 plays and a score of 0, and it's going to be an extremely short one. It's just button mashing the level. If you don't button mash fast enough and destroy the hot dogs in time, you die. That's all. Alright, Pietro, your level's next. Assuming I can find it. Game? -9 to 0. Okay. Okay, I got it. Is this your level, Pietro? It has your name on it. It was also uploaded last month, so... I'm going to assume this is yours. Metal Master Factory with 18 plays and a score of 1. If it isn't, don't worry, I'll cover it right after the stage. Good. So Diego's level was either a reader level if you're great at button mashing, or have an auto-firing key, but really hard if you're bad at button mashing. There are 2 or 3 of those hot dogs there. I'll take that over the much more difficult levels by Diego I played earlier. First starting out during the summer rain, I guess, in midday. I'll add your level next, Jason. Give me a moment. Suddenly the rain stops over here. Well, it's being blocked by it, so it makes sense. Hi, Woodman. Wow, you're rather weak. What happened to you? The Annoying One and Cold Man. Who is the Annoying One anyways? Burner Man? Or Tengu Man? I found those to be the hardest bosses. No, I haven't seen that on YouTube Social HD2. I already have so many level packs that I have to go through that I think I'll start going through them on stream once I complete Heavy Elites. I still need to cover the level submissions for the 2019 contest. Not necessarily annoying, but one of the hardest ones, I'd say. That's why I define him as hardest. Really, the most annoying boss I'd say would be Burner Man, but that's due to his pattern. Dynamo Man could be a bit of annoying. Dynamo Man is annoying if you fight him with base, especially if he repeatedly tries to heal himself. With Mega Man, it's pretty easy to destroy the batteries he's using because his buster deals double the damage as base does at default. But as base, well, you can end up getting stuck in an infinite loop. But Mega Man, at the very least, you can outdamage him. Seems right, 4 or 6 screens. Wow, so many weapons that I keep forgetting to use. Wish I had a shield weapon here. Well, I do actually. Haha. Frankly, for most bosses in Mega Man and Base, at least before the Fortress bosses, Mega Man is better against them. And base is better for most of the levels. At least that's what I find. Who's next on the chopping block? Sparkman. I get the feeling this is his weakness. Nope. I guess this then? Or this? Well, I don't think he has a weakness then. Well, there's the skull barrier. Nah, I'll just use this then. I can multi-hit him with it. Now I'm not annoyed. They did mention it'd take a while, so I'm okay. Water Shield was one of the best weapons in Mega Man 10. Although that's not really saying as much because most weapons in Mega Man 10 felt underpowered. Or too niche. Water Shield felt like one of the better all-rounders. Let's try this again. I wonder if we're gonna have the hard mode version of the Mega Man 10 bosses or the normal mode. True, we're getting Wheel Cutter, Commando Bomb, and Thunderwall. I was most hoping for the Wheel Cutter, and I'm glad to see it's there. True, in Mega Man and Base you had all those upgrades you could purchase. That idea was taken from the original Mega Man 8, but... yeah. Of course, one of my main complaints of Mega Man and Base is that you didn't have E-Tanks at Base for some reason, even though considering the game's difficulty, it really needed E-Tanks. I see your level, Diego. I'll add it to the list after the other person. Yep, it sure did. I'll eventually cover that and 7FC on stream. I wish 7FC actually maintained most of the plot, the intro stage, and the shop, instead of removing them. Let me guess, your weakness is the rolling cutter? Nope. It's this. How many bosses does this stage have? I've already gone through 6 of them, I think. It does feel like a factory, but it's getting a bit long. But as I was saying, Mondream, I do like how the game gives you a lot of options to upgrade your weapons. For example, allowing Base the ability to shoot through walls, double his power, etc. Yeah, I wish in this engine you could acquire equipment like the Spike Guard, like as a pickup in the stage. We already have weapon pickups, why not have equipment pickups? Or even ability pickups like giving Mega Man the ability to slide within the stage, as well as a charge shot as an upgrade. That'd be a nice upgrade. His weakness is probably the rolling cutter. No? What could it be then? Alright, Mace. In general, I want ability or weapon upgrade. In general, I want ability or equipment upgrades as a feature update. We already have the weapon capsules, so that seems a logical upgrade, or extension. Oh yeah, bolts. Bolts would also be another nice thing, but they may be a bit more complicated to add. Of course, with bolts added and those bolt doors, you can have true shop levels then, instead of having to use keys. Because now you can have more than 7 keys at once. How many more bosses left, Pietro? Oh, okay. So I guess... Searchies. Actually, this isn't too bad. I can just skip this entire section. Thank you for the smile. Mega Man 9, so only one left. He's the last one, actually. This stage kinda felt middling. That's what I'll call it. None of the intermediary sections felt that interesting, nor that relevant to the bosses. Well, some of them were, some of them didn't really feel like it due to lacking gimmicks. Yeah, sorry, I miscalled them Searchies, I meant illusions. One moment please, I'll be right back in a moment. And I'm back. 8 up is Black Hole Blizzard by TimemanX with 12 plays and a score of 0. This level was submitted by GalaxyMan64, and to answer the chat right now, I agree with you, Mondream. Well, I sort of agree with you. It does feel like a Maker game, but it feels incomplete. See, it also feels inconsistently incomplete because it's missing stuff throughout the series. It's not like it's missing stuff from one particular game. It's missing it from almost all particular games. Yep, this is a black hole oriented stage. This is a black hole bomb oriented stage taking place in the icy tundra. I wish it had more features and it had more features regularly over time. I feel like the update rate has slowed as the game is developed, and that's contributed to the game dying down in terms of popularity. I sure hope Sonic Studio, Mario Unimaker, Adventure Maker, and Mario ++ don't encounter the same issue, especially Sonic Studio, because I feel that's gonna be released later this year. Probably there's gonna be a beta release during Stage 2019, and I will cover it. I said this before and I'll say it again. I feel that the Mario and Sonic fan game communities are currently the best ones out there. The Mega Man 1 is currently in... I like to say that the Mario and Sonic ones are in the A tier, or first rate tier, whereas the Mega Man 1 is in B tier, or C+ tier, or B- or C+ tier. For a long time it was in the C+, it was in the C tier, or D tier if you want to be not that generous. But thanks to the release of Mega Man Unlimited, a lot of fan game creators got inspired to make their own Mega Man fan games. Well, Mega Man Unlimited, Mega Man Rock Force, and other fan games of that like. That's a sudden transition. Wish it was more obvious here. As before Mega Man Unlimited and Mega Man Rock Force, most of the Mega Man fan games were not that good designed. Some of them had interesting ideas, but usually the engine was off, or level design was off, or a multitude of things were off. I believe so too, Mondream. That should work. Speaking of which, 9th up is Dynamo Man, Mega Man in Base Recreation by Francis Cornerback with 26 plays and a score of 7. This level was submitted by Mondream. When I say submitted, I mean submitted in chat. Those two games, as well as a few other fan games, really inspired other creators to take up the mantle and create their own games, and brought up the Mega Man fan game community from being C tier to B tier, at least in my eyes. I like to separate the fan game community from the ROM hack community, as they don't, until recently, well maybe not until recently, but for many communities I've noticed they tend to stay separate. Not so much for the Sonic community, but that's kind of an exception I've noticed. You know what, I'm gonna do this as Mega Man. Probably, Mondream, but then that'll be at least halfway through next year, at the very least. Or even longer. Whoops. Should have not done that. I know Base has the easier time through this stage, but I'd rather do it as Mega Man. He has? That's good. On the note of Magmal Tree, shame about A-Spark's hand issues. I was hoping that his arm would recover more, but apparently it isn't. I wouldn't say Mega Man 15 would be out by that point. By that point, we'll probably have Mega Man Maker or whatever from the Capcom devs if they're smart. We may have Mega Man 9 out, but we may have Mega Man X9 out by that point. And as I said during a previous stream, if my computer can handle it, I will do a Let's Play of Rockman Dive, aka Mega Man X Dive. That seems interesting. That'll be one of the few mobile games they'll be covering on this channel. True. We want everyone to be in full health. Frankly, I believe this game would do better with more devs and sprite artists and more workers in general. They should have started recruiting much earlier in the game's development, not waited this long. But that's just me. Base only route. So that's the other way of getting this as Mega Man. Most bad fan games have more issues than lacking controls. Issues with level design, physics, boss design, a few other things. Same, I wish the updates came out on a regular schedule. Perhaps every 1 month or 2 months. When they're releasing consistently, it reduces the amount of motivation players have to continue playing the game. Wait, okay, that leads down from base's route. The ladder I just skipped. I mean, look at Magmal Tree, at least the Megamix engine. That has a lot more content added, and it was added at a much faster schedule. I know it's kind of an apples to oranges comparison, but that had a much bigger team of testers and developers. This game should have had the same. It's kind of late for it to happen now, sadly, unless a Mega Man Maker 2 is released. The ship has mostly sailed for this game, I believe. Most streamers, most big-time streamers, and the general populace don't play it anymore, sadly. Part of it is because of the new hotness out, other fan games in the market. The other one is due to developers' fault. Hopefully other fan game creators can learn from the mistakes this game had, and make a better game. I don't know about that, Croby. At this point, I believe... well, maybe not I believe. I really hope that really hope that Capcom hires a bunch of Mega Man fan game creators, ROM creators, and makes a Mega Man Mania of their own, similar to what Sega did with Sonic Mania. That'd be awesome. Perhaps then we have an awesome Mega Man 12 or Mega Man X9 or something like another side game like Mega Man Base. Well, sort of side game. I want to see more game creators hire modders and hackers. I want more Valves and what Sega did. Seems like a mostly faithful recreation, so gets my thumbs up. Currently my second favorite level this episode. Well, honorable mention I'd say. Sparkman is so much easier than Dynamo Man. I really hope Mega Man 11 has other character DLC. It'd be a huge missed opportunity in terms of profit if they don't. People loved the other characters in Mega Man 9 and 10. Maybe not loved, but enjoyed. Tenth up is The Search for Dr. Light Chapter 7 Secret Base by RedMax with 10 plays and a score of 5. I think we're doing these chapters in reverse order now because the last time I played this series, I finished the last level in it. Yes, Mon Dream, it was great. One of the best Sonic games released in recent time. And it was very profitable. It's the greatest rated game in the Sonic franchise in the last 10 or 15 years. And it did make a tidy sum of profit, hence why Sonic Mania Encore Edition was released too. I'm under the strong impression that they're making a quote-unquote Sonic Mania 2 in the future, judging by some of their announcements. Hopefully they can do the same with the 3D series. This is looking to be like a longer stage. Let's take a look. This level is 79 screens long, 75 enemies, 233 spikes, summer fillers, and 4 checkpoints, 3 bosses. Gonna be a bit concerning. Let's hope that this isn't too difficult. I'll gladly take the E-Tank, thank you very much, I'll probably need it. Yeah, I checked on Mecha's website. It has 3 checkpoints though, so probably one every 25 screens. Yeah, I'd like to see more crossover games as well. Well, technically there is one game, but it's not good. And eventually I'll also cover Base Abyss, probably in one of the oncoming weeks. As a hint to what I'll be covering tomorrow, I'll be covering 2 ROM hacks. Or maybe 1, we'll see. First I'll be covering Rockman 2 Grey Zone, and then the Mega Man 2 Randomizer. And then during tomorrow's evening, I'll finish Megatroid. I haven't watched it yet. I'm quite surprised that OKKO actually had a crossover episode, starring Sonic from Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, I believe, or at least heavily inspired there. Then again, OKKO has had crossovers with several other Cartoon Network properties, as was freaking Captain Planet, of all things. What's next, a Mario crossover? Well, I haven't really watched OKKO before. It certainly is imaginative. Wow, I thought I could make it there. Guess not. Should have stayed on the yoga block. OKKO is definitely geared for the younger audience. Yep, you can. There are a lot of Kaizo and skill levels based on that concept, being able to bounce on top of it. In fact, let me show you something. You can shimmy up walls this way faster. Same YouTube. Excuse me. Checkpoints for after this one. It has been about 25 screens. Still maintains his original weakness. Always make sure. Not many stages have used the drop shadows, sadly. I mean pit shadows. Not to mention some stages do it in the reverse order, so... Plus they can hide secrets, so... Now I'm in Y's, whatever base this is. Where are you, Bombtrone? I know one of you is coming. Well, there is technically Mega Man Arena, Jlippe74. And they recently added an AI mode. Reminder for me to actually cover it eventually in a Let's Try. Before, the reason why I couldn't do it is because it was local only, and playing using Parsec over the internet was rather inconsistent. Read lag everywhere. I wish they could have built in online, even peer-to-peer, instead of having to use a third-party tool, but... Wish the ceiling wasn't there. Oh no. This is an elevator section. I just need to wait for the footholders to come back down. Alright, Jedok. That seems fine to me, Gravity. I wish these stood out more from the background. Because of this section, trying to squeeze in here, that's not a... Yeah, that's not exactly good design, because this section, it has a lot of instant death. Plus, you have to squeeze in through one-tile gaps. And the last checkpoint is several screens away, so not good design. For this kind of section, please make the spikes stand up more from the background, because pixel precision is required to survive. Otherwise, it's a literal difficulty spike, and you lose quite a bit of progress if you fail it. That's also another complaint of this engine. Where are the local timers? Some things like the footholders really need local timers added to them, or the ability to set local timers. It's about 12 screens away, but still, that's a large difficulty spike. Please put a checkpoint just before that elevator section. Here we go again. This problem wouldn't be here if it followed a local timer, the footholders that is, or had the capability of. I wouldn't mind this section as much as long as the spikes were more visible and the gaps were more than just one square. Because in this engine that's really precise to pull off. See what I mean? I don't like this design whatsoever. In fact, I'm just gonna open up this level in the level editor and put myself there. I'm gonna die repeatedly there and no one's gonna have fun watching. This is one of the situations which I highly advise against in good Mega Man Maker design. Avoid squeezing in through one gap tiles, and avoid making spikes blend in with the background. And make sure to put checkpoints in sections with instant death, or near instant death, especially considering the last one's 15 screens away. It's the combination of 3 pitfalls this stage falls into, sadly. I understand RedMax, but that's not the best placement. Well, I agree that it should be placed after it, but it should also be placed before it because the number of screens before it. No Mega Man Classic stage had this level of difficulty spike just before the checkpoint. And just right before it, I mean. It doesn't require this level of precision, plus... because this is essentially taken directly from Kaiser design or Troll design. Alright, let's place Mega Man about where he was. That's about what he had, I believe. See, if that one spike squeeze wasn't there, I'd like this a bit more. Also, please put the checkpoint in the middle, not here. Made it. Remember, if there's a checkpoint right at the start of the section, I wouldn't mind it too much. The upwards elevator, that one. At least there's a checkpoint right over here, but still. And please remove the one spike gap. That's the hardest part of this entire challenge. Grenade and napalm. Oh, that was actually the end of the level. That felt somewhat anticlimactic, especially compared to the elevator section. Alright, let's see, I probably overlooked something. Okay, this is where everything is. It's alright, RedMax. See, I liked everything in the stage up until the elevator section. If I were to have a suggestion to make the stage flow better, here's what I'd do. Make the spikes stand out more from the background so you can actually see their hitboxes properly, especially for lesser skilled players. Remove the squeeze here, make it like a 2 gap instead. At least one of them, because the rest of it's easier. And put a checkpoint here. That's all the things I would suggest. Because the rest of the stage, I feel, is adequate. #11th up is Mega Man The Black Hole Monster by Mega Man Fan 9120 with 34 plays and a score of 16. This level was also submitted by Galaxy Man 64. Another stage focusing on the use of the Black Hole Bomb. So this is going to be a nice breeder level. Well, yes it will. But don't fret, RedMax. I believe you can improve upon your levels in the future. We all need practice after all. My first Mega Man levels were quite bad actually. It's alright, RedMax. We all have to learn over time. Making good levels is not easy. It's a craft that must be trained over years. Hi, Middle General. When you say died, do you mean the hard drive failed? In any case, can we give an F for Metal General's computer in the chat? Maybe as an Easter egg, Gravity Beetle, but not in the main game. I don't see any more levels other than Diego's currently in the queue, so once I complete it, I'll cover a few stages from the most popular queue, then I'll end it off. The Hideaway of Pharaoh Man by XDiegoBroht with 21 plays and a score of 2. Regardless if you use an 8-bit or 16-bit graphical style, I suggest using the Megamix engine. It is pretty customizable. It should be customizable enough to fit your needs. Let's hope this stage isn't too punishing. Charger, so it's a laptop then. Darn. I still think you can salvage the data from the hard disk. If it's the power that broke. That's why backups are very important. Remember the 2+1 rule for backups. One on-site backup, and at least one off-site backup. And make sure that your on-site backup is not connected to any of your computers. Alright, RedMax, I'll cover it during tonight's stream. Or to stream if I have time. How difficult is that level, Jason? If it's short enough, I'll cover it right for this one. I was hoping the section would be shorter, but nope, it keeps going on. Again, with the Crashman list, without having a local timer option, it means it can easily desync, especially when you don't enter the screen at the right time or rush forward. See him on Dream. Don't forget to attend either tonight's stream or tomorrow's stream. Seriously now, you? I want to see what's up here first. The way you're supposed to go, probably. Sure hope there's a checkpoint nearby. I thought I was supposed to go down there, but no, here. Hi there, I'll ignore you. I wonder if I missed a special weapon or not. Probably did, because I see the firestorm. Spawned in at a bad spot. I should have waited. Knowing these kinds of levels, waiting is a better option than rushing. Only 3 shots per cycle. Does that mean I could have played as base? This was a stage that just existed, I guess. Same Metal General. I was hoping Mega Man 11 would have one, but guess not. Perhaps in Mega Man 12. The same applies on Mega Man X9 actually. It's done. Sorry about that. Sure, let me cover RedMax's last level, and then I'll cover 2 levels on the most popular queue. Storm Fortress by Jlippe, with 13 plays and a score of 3. Frankly, I would think that common woman would be most attracted to Jetman, or vice versa. Neat introductory section, now we have 3 subsections: Concrete Shot, Thunderclaw, or Magma Bazooka. I'll go from bottom to top. Oops, wrong order. Well, there is Mega Man X++ coming out, Metal General. And that may come out later this year or next year. Regardless, I will cover it on this channel ASAP when it comes out. Again, wrong order. You know what? Let me just use the Concrete Shot more. Mega Man X++. Think of it as Mega Man Maker, but for Mega Man X. Not only that, but it takes it further by having the ability to customize your own enemies and script in your own gimmicks and whatnot. One down, 2 left to go. Thunderclaw time. Easy button. Now onto the actual Concrete Shots section. The one I'm a bit worried about. Depending on how it's set up. Not too bad actually, it's pretty tame. I was expecting something a lot worse, like a complete vertical section. Are you sure, Metal General? It's still in development, so I wouldn't say it just yet. It looks more like a fan game to me right now. But we'll have to wait and see. Right now, all the images currently... all the media in regards to it are in the alpha and pre-alpha. So far, the gameplay seems accurate to the Mega Man X series on the SNES. This rain is very strong. Someone did this all in one go without dying. Yep, Lipatio, there'll be another stream during the evening. I'll be covering more Beersmith levels. Four levels of charge shot? Is that at the start or at the end game? If it's at the end game, fine, but in the start game, unless it's a temporary taste of power, I would recommend against it unless the game is designed around it. But even then, you have to be more careful with more powerful characters. This was a fun level. I liked it more than your other level, RedMax. Than your level, RedMax, I mean. This is your friend's stage. Lucky shot. Ah, fair enough, I see. Alright, I'll cover 2 levels on the most popular queue, then I'll end off the stream. Man Stage Remastered by Kornor 2, with 56 plays and a score of 22. Actually, considering how long this stage is, this will be the final level I'll cover during the stream. It's going for almost 2 hours long, so I think it's long enough. I'm aiming to keep the first stream around 2 hours long, and the second stream 90 minutes to 2 hours long. Gravity Antonian, and their Squeeze Bomb. Nice introduction to these enemies. Both the Wanams and the Bird Droppers. Well, the Rock Droppers, I mean. Forced Rush Coil usage, just like the original. Maybe not this stage, but the Doc Robot version. Wait, it got a buff in the Legacy Collection? In what way, Metal General? I didn't think any weapons got buffed there. Were some of the weapons changed for the X challenge? Oh, that explains a bunch. Thank you. That's certainly a buff in that regard. A buff that it needed. Well, it is a remix or remaster of Hardman's level. That's why it feels like it. Good checkpoint placement. So far this seems like a decent remaster. All the enemies and gimmicks are being introduced first in safe environments and gradually escalated. Do I feel some of these outdoor sections could be shortened up a bit? They're a bit too long. At least that voice acting wasn't as bad as Mega Man 8's. I'll leave you sleeping, Tank. You deserve the rest. The classic everlasting question. Nice background and foreground combination. Like I said, decent level. I'd like to see this level designer recreate the other levels in Mega Man 3. I say this was actually slightly better than the original, though it could do with some shortening actually. It's a bit too long right now. Probably in Corner 1. I see a Heat Man, but I don't see other remastered stages. Well then, out of the 14 levels I covered throughout this stream, my favorite one would be Mega Man 11 Acid Man Remake by Gamer999. I'll list my honorable mention in the description below. I'll be running another Mega Man Maker stream tonight in about 6 hours and 15 minutes, and I'll also be covering Viewer Mid levels there. Well then, thanks for watching, and see you tonight, or tomorrow. Toodles!